Hey everybody, it is Jason, and this week marks my 11 months on testosterone. There is something weird about 11 months that feels like I've been on T for ages, and obviously when it gets to like a year and past a year it'll be even more, but yeah, like sort of 9 months, yeah, okay, 10 months, but then 11 months I suppose because it's rounded up to 12, it's almost at 12 now. But yeah, so let's see what changes there've been. There've been a few. I don't know if you remember last time, but in my last video, I was basically saying, you know, things will start to get going maybe a bit after 1 year on T, which is true, but there are things that have also happened which I'm liking, and more stuff is happening. First of all, why don't we go on to the voice, because we haven't really talked much about the voice for a while. So here's the comparisons.
My name is Jason and I have just started testosterone. My name is Jason and I am 1 month on testosterone. My name is Jason and I am 2 months on testosterone. My name is Jason and I am 3 months on testosterone. My name is Jason and I am 4 months on testosterone. My name is Jason and I am 5 months on testosterone. My name is Jason and I am 6 months on testosterone. My name is Jason and I am 7 months on testosterone. My name is Jason and I am 8 months on testosterone. My name is Jason and I am 9 months on testosterone. My name is Jason and I am 10 months on testosterone. My name is Jason and I am 11 months on testosterone.
I personally haven't heard like the last two myself, but certainly in terms of my singing voice, I have dropped a little bit. When I say a little bit, I'm talking like literally 1 note, possibly 2 on a good day. Also, I think there is more of a deepness to it, and I kind of noticed that of like 3-ish or so weeks ago. It was just sudden one day and I'm thinking, oh right, I'm just a bit lethargic. But actually, no, there was something else there. So I'm really pleased with that. And like the timbre is still changing. And yes, that makes me happy a lot. But also, yeah, in terms of my range is very slowly expanding. I'm still trying to practice, you know, sort of higher notes. There's not really been any change with high notes, or what I call high notes. They're not high to most people. And like, certainly with my original voice, no, it's not high, but you know, as in notes I can sing in my chest voice. I also think, like, I don't really know if my Adam's apple is gonna like come through. I've never really talked about my Adam's apple just because it's not become this big gigantic thing like sticking out. But like definitely when I sing you can see it move. When I feel it now, it's just been thicker for a while, so that's good. But to be honest, like, how big your Adam's apple is not consistent with how deep your voice is. Like, I've heard loads of guys talk much higher than me, but they have these ginormous Adam's apples. I think more than anything it's just down to hereditary sort of patterns and things like that, in the same way with, you know, male pattern baldness and things. But yeah, I might actually be going to perform something as well next month. Is it next month? Yeah, just about next month. So that should be interesting. It's nothing like major, but yeah, it's I'm not sure how to feel about that, especially as something I've not really done before, especially with the bass part. But yeah, it's going to be good fun, and I'm looking forward to it, and I'll let you know how it goes. I think the most important thing is that people who are there who might remember me, I went there like a few years ago, and obviously a few years ago I was still pre-everything and I had long hair even, so yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm a little bit nervous, but maybe after a drink or two I'll be fine, but I don't actually know if anyone's gonna care really. Moving on to, well, I suppose touched on male pattern baldness. I don't honestly know if it's gone back further this month as opposed to last month, but I can definitely see a difference now, and also the way my hair is cut kind of complements it better, in that I can square off these bits a lot more easily than I could before. In terms of other hair-related things, it's growing in other places, it's growing in new places. I'm finding the most kind of, okay, because that did happen for a bit, and then what happened was the hair would sort of fill out, but now it's like, it's starting to grow in other places. On my arms, these are just filling out more, and I'm getting a bit more on my wrists than I was before. Stomach as well, that is filling out, but it's also sort of expanding a little bit. Chest hair as well, I've got a few that are really kind of old, long hairs, but also across my scars, a lot of hairs are starting to come through, and also sort of the smaller, thinner hairs you can kind of see all over, which are going to eventually turn into sort of fully fledged hair, you know, in so many months. In terms of my legs and feet, there's not really been any change to that, except for the fact they're already like really, really hairy, although, you know, light and whatever. Yeah, they've been like that since about 6 months really, so I'm really happy with those. In terms of back and shoulder, yeah, more hairs are coming through. I'm getting more on my upper arms than before as well. There are a few, again, that are just like really long and like to stick up, which is kind of annoying, but then my hairs overall are quite thin. But especially on this side, I've got a lot more hair on my upper arm than I used to. And you can see sort of some of my shoulders and upper back. And then, yeah, as I say with like legs, it's pretty much the same. But then we have the face, which everyone likes to like ask about the face, or like if you're trying to tell us like, oh, do you know beard? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so basically I'm getting more hair that is thicker. It's definitely thicker and definitely darker than before. And also I've got a few places where there are hairs coming through which weren't coming through there before, which is annoying because it means when I shave I miss them until after the fact. But yeah, so under here is still kind of the same as it was, and it was already quite full. It's not like really bushy full. But yeah, I'm definitely getting more hairs round my chin, which is all good, although there's still nothing in the middle. There's like a bit of peach fluff that's starting to form at the bottom of my lip. Moustache hairs, yeah, they are definitely coming through more, so like more towards the middle, again, not bang in the middle. Weirdly, sort of round my nose actually, there's like a few round there that I've had to shave. And yeah, in particular, the moustaches I've noticed this month suddenly have gone from sort of peach fluff to much, much thicker. There are sort of more clumps. Same with here with like clumps and things like that. Definitely even just like after shaving, there's a much more noticeable, like you can feel like the hairs, especially if you go against the grain, you can feel like the roughness. Obviously there isn't like the blue tint yet, but I think it's definitely causing my face to look a little bit different, and you can sort of see things a bit kind of better. And in terms of how regular I have to shave, it's still like every 3 days at most really, but I can be a bit lazy sometimes. It's not quite there where you have to shave every day, but at the same time it's like, yeah, I can just about get away with it. Yeah, I don't know. Now, fat redistribution. I think there has been a bit of change this month, so I'm going to put up the photos. And I'll also mention about muscle mass as well, because I've definitely noticed a change in that. So with fat redistribution, I don't think there's been much change around my torso, but I think a bit more fat has come off the bum area. Unfortunately, with the hips, they've kind of stayed as they always have. Maybe they've changed a tiny bit, but those are like the big areas where it's like, okay, it sort of looks a bit more of a feminine nature. But then again, like, because there are lots of features of mine that allow me to pass now, I don't think those really give me away. It just kind of looks like I've lost loads of weight, and that's like the last area to come off. But also in terms of where the fat's moved to, I definitely now have a belly gut type thing. Obviously I am attempting to get rid of it, and I honestly think I am doing. Although having said that, since my top surgery, I'm now able to stand up properly straight and pull my stomach in. So whilst it may look like I've lost huge amounts of weight, I haven't really. It's just because I've bumped my stomach in. Yeah, anyway, so muscle mass. So I've not been to the gym since top surgery, so I've not actively been building muscle mass or anything. But I definitely think that more muscle mass has retained itself. So when I flex my biceps, you can see there is a bit of curvature and a bit of definition. Whereas if I was pre-T, that would not be there. And in fact, to be honest, it's not exactly the same, but I remember when I was pre-T and I did this whole workout routine and I lost a load of weight, I also gained some muscle. It's not completely the same, but I remember doing like a flex after 6 months and thinking, look how amazing that looks. And you could see like the line here, and this is kind of looking the same, and it's like, wow. So just from T, it's like, you know, the muscles are staying. And again, that is a confidence thing. It's making me feel a lot more confident. I can kind of hold if I'm sort of holding my elbows like this, you can see a bit of it, and that to me makes me feel really good. And yeah, in terms of like going to the gym, I will be hopefully soon. I've kind of done a bit of a thing where it's like, oh, I want to go to the gym, and then I kind of get in a bit of pain. I'll talk more about that in my top surgery thing in about a week and a half when we get back from the expo. Yeah, if this is how much muscle mass is remaining now, it's like, well, what the hell am I going to look like if I actually put the work into it, sort of thing. So, exciting stuff. Actually, I haven't really talked about crying for a while. So, when I was pre-T, when I cried, I would really, really cry. I would, like, it would all come out and my face would go really, really red, and I absolutely hated that because, like, I'm very much all for being emotional. Like, that is very important. I'm definitely not of the opinion that, oh yeah, men need to be, you know, unemotional. It's like, no, men should be emotional. But it was like so many like tears, and like I would look absolutely terrible. Like my eyes would like change colour as well. They go like bright blue type thing, and I just looked horrible. Now when I cry, because I do still cry about some things. I just get the feeling, maybe shed a couple of tears, and then I kind of start like calming down. And I like that. I think there's only been a couple of times where I've cried more than that, and I think one of them was top surgery, of course. Like I was really quite tearful over that, but again, compared to how I used to be, it's not. Which that was one of the things that I wanted from T, because I don't know, it's like a self-conscious thing. It's like I don't want to be seen by people if my face is all like blotchy looking and I look really, really terrible. And also in terms of my emotions, they're completely all over the place and they're going to be for hours. Whereas, yeah, it's definitely like T is kind of keeping everything much more level, I suppose, is the best way to put it. So it's not like right up and right down. I can definitely experience pleasure still, I do. But I just do a bit differently. But then again, because I'm not waiting for top surgery, I'm not waiting for T, I'm not kind of feeling as depressed as I was, then I think that's still kind of coming back, but there's definitely times where I've sort of experienced the simple pleasures and it's been great. I'm just more happily relaxed and more confident now. Again, I think part of it is top surgery, but I don't want to just completely, shove T aside and say, no, that hasn't done it, because it has. Especially with things like my voice, how my face looks, maybe not for a bit with my face, but kind of now. It's like, yeah, I feel way more confident. And I was talking to Becky about my voice last night, and she was saying, well, yeah, I mean, I liked your voice before, but I like it now as well. Because she was like, oh yeah, your voice was sexy before, which was really nice, because I thought that it really wasn't. But she also loves my voice now. So I personally think now my voice sounds normal. I personally think my face looks normal. I'm sure it's going to change a bit more, but it's not this kind of like this misalignment thing as it was. I'm just thinking about my jawline actually. Maybe that's changed a bit as well. But anyway, I'm just rambling now. So I'm going there. So with the 1 year video, oh my god, I can't believe I'm saying that. 1 year on T is going to be special. So it's going to be like a montage thing that I've kind of been planning for quite a long time. I'm talking like at least a couple of years. Next post-op is going to be after I return from the UK Games Expo, which is next weekend. So if you, or any of you, are interested in board games, role-playing games, geeky, nerdy things, then definitely head on over to my other channel, Pair of Geeks, which I do with my fiance, because we're going to do a massive video at the UK Games Expo, go all around the trade halls, talk to some awesome people in the industry, and of course have fun. But we also do live streams and things, so feel free to join in if you want, and, well, check us out. Because I know I've been a bit irregular recently. Again, it's more a work thing, and like a couple of the weekends have been busy, so I've not been able to just sit down and record. But, you know, we always do a video every Friday at least on that channel, so go ahead, go on over. If you miss my beautiful face, then head on over. And you'll see Becky's beautiful face as well. So, yeah, so that's basically everything for now. And, of course, I will see you all in the next video. So I'll say bye-bye for now!